my chat. And we're good to go. More or less. Barring all the little adjustments I always have to make. Alright. Cool. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Adventure-ish, whatever, Tuesday. I'm playing Tangle Tower. Still. Yeah. Actually starting on time for once, or close enough to on time. Not the, like, the 15 to 30 minutes late that I usually start. But yes. So. When I left off last week, I was kind of at a loss because I still have a suspicion on Professor Pointer here that I have not unlocked yet. I don't know what his suspicion thing is. And I could not find what I was missing. I still don't quite know, but I think maybe what we should do is just poke around his room a bit more. Maybe there's something I missed or something.
Pretty.
It's too cloudy to see any stars right now.
It's also daytime. It's also daytime.
The bell jar. It's empty.
What do people normally keep in bell jars?
Other than bells, you mean? Trinkets.
They're clearly gizmos. We already solved it.
Alright. That's the golden notes about... I've already asked him about everything. Yeah.
A picture frame.
With no picture.
It's full of tea, but it's gone cold.
Criminal.
It's tidier than my desk. The notebook is untouched. It's completely blank.
So? Even the most well-used notebooks start off blank.
It's tidier than...
So? Even the most well-used...
It's tidier.
So? Even the most well-used... So? Even the most well-used...
It's a chart of the solar system. Which planet are you from, Sally? It's a chart of the solar...
What is it?
It's clearly some kind of large device.
You're not wrong.
A spyglass to the stars. Volumes 1 to 12.
They're in very good condition.
Every astronomy tower needs a telescope.
I want to try.
Oh. I don't think we did this. Oh. Move around?
It's the tower opposite this one.
Is that a window?
I think it is.
Is there another room above Flora's room?
Ooh.
We should check that next time we're over there.
Oh.
It's the tower opposite this one.
It's too dark back there. I can't really see anything.
I can see the doorway. It leads into the hall. The door itself is on the floor, knocked off its hinges. I can just about see the gramophone.
It's that little plant Flora keeps on the window ledge.
Don't you think it would fall off? In the wind.
Maybe it's glued down.
The rooftop garden is right underneath Flora's window. You can see right into Flora's room.
Not by accident.
I can see Flora, but she's not looking this way. She's looking up. Behind her is the backside of the easel holding Freya's unfinished painting. I can't really see anything behind it. Not from this angle. You can see right
Not
I can
by
behind
her.
her. Can't really see. I can just about see the sky behind the tower.
I can't get the telescope to look up any higher.
Weird.
Not much of an astronomer, are ya?
It's the tower opposite this one. Isn't this supposed to be an astronomy telescope? I'm pretty sure you need to see the sky for astronomy to work.
I can't move it. I think this is just how it's set up.
There's something about Pointer's astronomy habits.
Well, that's creepy.
Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Heck yes. I wonder why I didn't click on that the first time I was in here. Maybe, you know why? I think I know why. Because it's animated, and I assumed it was like part of his sprite. I think that's why that happened. Yeah. Huh. Weird. An unforgivable oversight on my part. Okay, sorry, one sec. Okay, there. Alright, Mr. Pointer.
So, Professor, what interests you about astronomy exactly?
It's not a matter of being interested. Once you expand your mind to the wider universe, it cannot be unexpanded.
And how long have you been an astronomer?
I really don't like to give exact values unless I'm sure I can quantify them.
Convenient.
Why do you ask me these things?
I have a theory about you, Professor.
Oh? Go on.
Also, I mean, I took an astronomy class in college for like a general education requirement, and like values are calculated in like millions. You can't really give an exact million and, you know, thousand, hundred, 10, 1 value on anything in astronomy. That class was hard. I didn't do very well in it, but I passed. That's all that mattered.
You're not really interested in astronomy at all.
What could you possibly mean by that?
I think you're interested in a slightly different field of research.
That one.
I don't have time for tiny, insignificant insects. My studies focus only on the inconceivably large and the unimaginably far away.
Right. That's why you like using your telescope so much.
Yes, naturally. My little portal into another world.
Yeah, about that.
Well, inconceivably far away is a good way to describe Flora.
Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene and not up at the sky.
First, you accuse me of being a lowly entomologist. Now you're accusing me of, what, spying?
Are you spying?
Why would I need to spy on Flora?
Why? Because you lost your golden beetle specimen, and it's made you paranoid. You think somebody stole it from you.
Might not have been Flora you were spying on. Might have been Freya.
It's It's a very precious specimen, incredibly rare, valuable in ways you could never understand. Freya was always sneaking around, both towers and in the gardens too. She was definitely up to something.
So, this next question is important. You were looking to Flora's room around the time of the murder. Did you witness the crime, Professor?
No, I didn't. When I looked into the room, Flora was already lying on the floor.
Flora?
Flora? You mean Freya?
No, Flora. She was lying by the window. I couldn't see Freya at all. It was fairly dark. The telescope isn't at a very good angle. That's why I decided to head over there myself. I needed to know what was going on.
This changes your statement, doesn't it?
No, everything I told you in my statement was true.
Apart from the reason you left your tower in the first place.
Right.
Let's go over what we know about the crime scene.
Hold on.
Freya was definitely up to something.
Something to do with the statue in the garden, I think.
Maybe we should go back and check. And we could have missed something.
Okay, first though, before I do that, okay, I want to go to Laura's room. Yeah. Actually, hold on.
We're at the top of the tower, right?
I think so. Why?
Doesn't matter. It's nothing.
Attic. Ooh, creepy.
Sally, you don't have a dust allergy, do you?
No. Do you?
Let me put it this way.
Tush!
Okay, that was adorable.
Sally, you don't have a
No.
dust allergy.
Tush!
Someone painted out the window.
Do you think it was done recently?
No idea. Either way, it's pretty suspicious.
Is that the window we could see from the telescope? Probably. Yeah, there's only one window, so it must be the window we saw from the telescope.
At least the moths are kept well fed.
It's a statue of a wolf, standing up straight, like a man.
You know there's a name for that.
I know.
It's not quite as dusty as everything else up here. Also, it's not a statue. It's stuffed.
Oh. Also, its eye is moving a little bit. Ooh, creepy.
Nothing catching my interest.
I'm sorry, is this spooky attic boring you?
Kinda. Where's that light coming from?
No, it's just daylight, I think. There's a decent gap between those floorboards.
Oh. Okay.
Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is?
Nothing catching my interest.
I'm sorry.
Kinda.
Just dusty junk. What is that?
Not sure. Some kind of reel?
Looks like it might attach to something.
Reel thingy. Brass reel with a screw at the top. Coiled around the reel is the length of fine red rope. Huh. Curious.
It's a jar. The head screws off.
Huh. Just dusty junk.
What's in that little box? I bet it's bones. A skull, at least.
You know, maybe I won't open it.
Oh, come on, please.
Just dusty junk. Just dusty junk.
Nothing catching my interest.
Sorry.
Kinda. Nothing catching.
Sorry.
Kinda.
Don't see anything else, I don't think.
Where's that light coming
No, it's
from?
just daylight. There's a decent gap between those.
Well, I think we have another clue to throw at people. She's, of course, not going to say anything, but this thing.
Do you know what this is?
Guess not.
What is it?
We don't know. We were really hoping you would.
My friends, shed your hope and let it fall free like sandbags from a hot air balloon.
That's the most depressing idiom I've ever heard.
Is this yours, Fifi?
I do not recognize it. And besides, I would have no use for such a thing. Perhaps it could be used to hang wet laundry?
Was that a joke?
Yes.
What is that?
I'm not sure. It looks like it attaches to something else.
Why don't you go back and double-check the area you found it? Maybe you'll find the rest of the something else.
I'm not so sure about that.
I was gonna, like... I always forget where exactly he's standing. I was like, wait, where'd he go? Oh yeah, he's back there.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
Me three.
Me threether.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said me too.
Where did you find this?
It was in the attic.
Oh, huh. I forgot we even had an attic.
We don't. The fellows do. It's on their side of the tower.
Is that for sewing?
Maybe?
We have no idea.
Just, making a guess?
What's this? Is it a clue?
We don't actually know. But Grimoire picked it up, so now he has to pretend it is.
That's how it works.
Perfect. Alright, well, nobody knows what it is. So... yeah. Let's go... check with Sally.
We know a little more about the crime scene now. So, what do you think? Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
Okay, let's see. Why was there blood on the painting? Well...
Blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink-dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
I think you're right. Can't decide if I'm disappointed or relieved.
I have a question. Why?
Either it's a very
Yeah,
strange coincidence,
why?
or somebody set it up.
Somebody deliberately put blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime. Why? To distract us?
Possibly.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the only person who could have hidden the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do know. The door was locked the whole time. It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally, it can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
So whatever got Freya got Flora too?
Except Flora survived. She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything. It might not even be important.
How is it not important?
Right now, I'm less interested in the what, and more interested in the how.
The angle of Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle. That is, from directly in front of her. But she was standing right up by the canvas.
Somehow, Freya ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with a painting.
And
Maybe
that's when
something
she
went
was
through it.
stabbed.
Through the painting? Wouldn't that leave a hole?
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over?
Right.
Maybe her being stabbed and her falling over are completely unrelated.
She was stabbed from above. Yeah, so that loud noise that cracked all the paint pots and broke the glass and cracked the gramophone was what knocked Freya and Flora over. And then once Freya was lying on her back, someone in the attic above, like, dropped a knife on her or something. Don't know exactly what happened, but yeah.
This wasn't here before.
I was about to say, was that there before?
What is it?
It's a little wooden toy. Looks kind of like a crab.
There's a note stuck to the back.
Crib.
What does it say? Grimoire?
Cool. A wooden toy of some kind. A layer of dark ink lies beneath a sheet of glass. This is my new friend. He likes music. Simple melodies will move his soul. Best of luck, you two. Freya. Huh. A ghost?
What do you think? Is it really from her?
How can it be?
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya's diary?
Good idea. Hold on.
Well,
It's a perfect match.
oh, it's confirmed. We have a ghost helping us.
I mean, strange things have happened before.
Let's keep this to ourselves for now.
What about the little wooden toy thingy?
Maybe we can put it to some kind of use.
Unfinished business. Oh, okay. So, all right. So here's what I think. Right, the different places where we heard songs. Okay. Birds and the entrance. Oh, okay. And for some reason, I never actually like noticed that there was actual birdsong going on there. Right. Okay. And then Poppy used piano music.
Yeah, it's mine.
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
Oh, and then maybe the gramophone, the cassette tape. Probably the destroyed tape, not the pink one, because that one has a simpler melody.
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune.
There it is. Ah. And I just realized that these little symbols here match the ones on the harp statue. Hey, before, yes, you did. It turned out to be,
That's all 4 melodies, I think.
it was the telescope in Professor Pointer's tower, which for some reason I never clicked on. And I think the reason I never clicked on it was that it looked animated to me, and I thought it was like part of his sprite, so I didn't think. I think I assumed that it was not like a separate entity from him, but it was.
So, what do we do with them?
Should we go back to the gardens again?
Yes, let's. So, I'm going to give you a brief recap of what we found also. So we discovered that by looking at his telescope, we discovered that he's not actually looking up at the sky, he's looking at Flora's room. And by looking through his telescope, we also discovered that there is another room above Flora's, this attic here. And in the attic, we found this thing. We also found a number of cracks in the floor of the attic, through which we get a perfect, from straight above, view of the place where Freya was lying. So now, the conclusion we've drawn from that is that she fell over and then was stabbed from above.
Let's try this again.
Okay, so now...
You know, I think we might be able to solve this now.
Yeah. Oh, I see. It actually... Okay. Okay, yep,
That's gotta be right.
Nothing. Maybe it's broken.
Wait, do you hear that?
Oh. Heck yeah.
Where do you think it goes?
Down.
Excuse me. Whoa. Underneath. Whoa. Laboratory. Okay, never mind. Oh, bugs. Oh, and more cracked glass things. Ooh. Ooh, okay.
It's so dark. I can barely tell what I'm looking at. A candle, perched on a barrel.
Very medieval.
I was thinking pirates.
Medieval pirates. Is that a lab coat?
Warning, hand wash only. Size, small. Rows of plants, growing in wide wooden boxes.
What color is the soil?
It looks black, but it's too dark to tell.
Okay, so not blue.
This place would never pass a fire safety inspection. Bugs. Big ones.
Looks like they're made of metal.
Bugs.
Looks like they're made of metal. Chemistry apparatus. What's in there? It's a little diagram of a beetle, with some incomprehensible notes scribbled next to it.
That's weird.
What?
It looks really normal compared to the beetles behind the glass.
9 beetles. All different, all dead.
Poor little guys.
There's a bunch of notes written all around them. It's mostly numbers. No idea what they mean. 9 beetles. It's mostly numbers. 9 beetles. It's mostly numbers. 9 beetles. It's mostly numbers.
Forensic Entomology, Volume 3.
That's an incredibly specific area of study.
9 beetles, 9 pins, 9 puzzles.
What's in there?
Okay, so now we have to name all the beetles. Ace. Snake. Santa. Clover. Junpei. June. 7. Lotus. And the 9th beetle.
Forensic Entomology.
That's an incredibly...
What a mess.
Any idea what this is all about? Reminds me of the chart from the library.
The one from the chalkboard.
Yeah. Is that a periodic table?
No, but it does kind of look like one.
What are those symbols?
They're alchemic symbols, mostly based on the planets, the sun, the moon, stuff like that.
Huh.
Indeed. Those of you who are Sailor Moon fans might recognize a few of those symbols.
This looks like it was drawn in a hurry.
Didn't we see those same symbols in the greenhouse?
Curious.
A glass tank. It's full of plants.
There's a layer of condensation on the inside.
It is. It is getting Rusty Lake. I've actually been playing the Cube escape games. I snagged them on my phone after playing Rusty Lake Hotel. I'm on the third one? Third one. I realized I probably shouldn't play them, like, when I'm lying in bed about to go to sleep. A, because I'm sleepy and my brain is not working at max capacity, and B, because they're creepy. They are. The one I'm working on right now is like, it involves like symbols like this, and I can't figure out what the hell they mean. So I stopped playing it for a while because I'm like, I need to take a break from this. This is doing my head in. But also because the last time I was playing it was I was in bed about to go to sleep, and I was like, I'm gonna look at this again when I'm actually fully awake. Some of them are kind of moon logic-y. Like there were some that there were a few puzzles that I've had trouble like figuring out what the hell I'm even supposed to be doing.
A glass tank. It's full of plants.
There's a layer of condensation on the inside. Is it locked?
Seems likely, doesn't it? Weird looking safe.
I'm pretty sure the latches can slide into the middle.
Oh boy, okay. Oh, alright. Do they? Okay. Oh, fun. Okay. Ooh. This is gonna be interesting. Oh boy, alright. Yeah, that has to go like that. Or does it? Oh, wait, okay. What? Oh gosh, okay. This... Oh my god, alright. Alright, well... Okay, so it has to go like this, I think. Has to go like that, or I think, or maybe not. Could be like this. Well, I know what I'm going for, I just don't know how to get there. Oh, that could be something. Looks like it might get me somewhere. Maybe. Or not. Oh, wait. Ooh. Here we go. Yeah! I think that's it.
That's the one.
Sweet.
Hey, not bad.
That was hard.
Anything inside?
Yeah, more research.
Ooh. Secret research. A folder containing research notes and diagrams. 1. Our unique flora and fauna is the byproduct of a number of as-yet unidentified chemicals. 2. These chemicals are continually present in the water, forming clouds and These chemicals are continually present in the water, forming clouds and filling the lake. This causes a variety of mutations in plants and animals. 3. Smaller creatures such as arachnids, insects, mollusks, amphibians, and crustaceans are the most affected. However, the chemicals may travel up the food chain and cause mutations in birds and reptiles. As far as we know, mammals remain completely unaffected. Huh. Okay. Hey, look, it's boggy. That is totally boggy. It's got his footprints and everything. That's great. Okay, and then we have also here some of the symbols we just found.
Whose research is this?
A cracked glass tank with 9 little rooms. Each one has 1 or 2 insects inside. I can't tell if they're still alive.
I like that you called them rooms.
It looks like they're being boiled, but the liquid is ice cold.
Weird.
It's so dark. I can barely tell what I'm looking at.
Thirsty? Thirsty? What a mess.
Any idea what this is all about? Hand-drawn entomology charts. Hand-drawn entomology chart.
It's a hatch.
But we're already in the basement.
Depends on your perspective.
Let's not go down just yet. We still haven't explored this room properly.
Haven't we?
This is some seriously in-depth research.
It's impressive, but it's incomplete. There's a section missing.
Well, probably that. Oh, yeah, it's 4. The gold beetle, named for its exoskeleton, composed of mineral approximately 90% identical to gold, has a lifespan of several years. Hence, of triggers a loud hiss, completely indigestible, costing a fortune to those that see it.
So, this is Pointer's secret lab.
Definitely seems like he's the one using it.
I guess not a lot of people know about the secret entrance.
Right. But if Pointer's the only one who comes down here, why would he need to lock his research in a safe? Who is he hiding it from?
He's just paranoid, especially about his golden beetle.
What do you think he's trying to do exactly?
Something involving money? That's my assumption.
Pointer has been trying to breed the golden beetle in the underground laboratory.
Why? Because it's rare?
Because it's gold?
Is that it?
I think so. I don't think he cares about entomology any more than he cares about astronomy. He just wants to get one over on Felix. If he can breed his own gold, suddenly Poppy's inheritance is looking pretty,
Infinite. Might explain why he was so worried about losing the beetle. Maybe somebody did steal it.
Might have been Freya after all. We know she was trying to get through the secret door in the garden.
She might not have known what was down here, though. Maybe she was just curious.
Curious, sure, but not naive. I reckon she knew what was going on.
I think we're still missing the bigger picture. There's no way this is all just about a beetle. We're done.
Ready to go down? Again?
Yeah, actually, hold on. So I wonder... Oh, everyone's gone. Where is everyone? Huh.
Let's not wander off right now.
Oh, okay. Alright. So... Now I have to go down.
This room looks old. Like, old.
It makes the rest of the house seem relatively modern.
Surprise murder party! Suddenly we've gone all Colonel's Bequest in here.
This room looks old. Like,
It makes the rest of the house seem relatively...
gives off kind of a dungeon vibe.
What do people actually use chains for?
Nothing good.
Necklaces?
It's an old coat rack. Looks thoroughly neglected.
2 cloaks. And a green hat draped on top for good measure.
Basements don't normally have windows?
We're at the bottom of the lake. We must be.
Right. But if that's the lake bed, why does it look like that?
Like what?
White, smooth, no plants, no anything. That's not what a lake looks like.
Well... Egg.
Where are we?
Fish party! Tornado party!
Old cardboard boxes.
How exciting.
Oh, but there's more. They're also damp and empty.
Riveting.
Do these puddles worry you?
Why?
That's lake water, but it's indoors.
Ah, I see your point.
Excuse me.
This room looks old. Like,
It makes the rest of the house.
this room looks like...
It makes the rest of the house. A bunch of picture frames, but it's too dark to see the pictures.
It's not too dark. The frames are all empty. There's a roll of paper up there.
I'll see if I can reach it.
Let me guess. Blank.
Probably damp. Ooh. Misted Mansion. North side cross section. Storage, bedroom, study, bedroom, aviary, music room, grand hall, library, rooftop garden. Right. So I was right. There is a room in the middle of the mansion. Because this is clearly, like, proto-Tangle Tower.
Hold on. Have we been to all of these rooms already? Study. Wait.
I know what you're thinking. And no, we never went in there.
How did we miss it? The rooftop garden. That name makes a little more sense in this context. Storage.
It's Freya's room.
A bedroom.
That's Fifi's room, isn't it? A bedroom.
Penny's room, I think. It's the aviary.
The library. The grand hall.
What's that thing in the middle?
I think it's that big glass tube.
Music room.
It's the room above us. The one we were just in.
The laboratory?
Yeah.
So, the whole house is built on top of some kind of platform.
Apparently.
Yes, but this is ground level right around here. Which suggests that the ground is man-made.
That's the room we're in now. It must be. It's not labeled as anything on these plans, though.
I think it already existed when this was made.
Hold on a second, I'll be right back. I'm back. I thought I heard our kitty friend getting into mischief. But if he was, then he got away with it.
Misted Mansion, north side cross section. Is it not Tangle Tower?
Tangle Tower. Before the towers?
Indeed. But speak of the devil, the kitty devil. Hey, buddy. Hi. Hi. Oh, Mr. Stinky Flea Medicine. You're so stinky because you got flea crap on you. You need it, Mr. Itchy Face. Yeah. Oh, you're so smelly. You smell like flea medication. Maybe a cat. Mischief time. Indeed.
This seems pretty significant.
Agreed.
Building plans. A roll of parchment on which the plans for a grand mansion have been drawn. A horizontal line marks where the lake was before, and a second marks where it is now. The mansion has been built on top of a large structure above the lake, supported by pillars. Freya's room is listed as storage. A room labeled study is in the center. Right. Right.
It's an empty bookcase.
Something tells me it's been empty for a long time.
Yeah. Indeed. He's in my lap now. I can't smell his breath, but I can smell the flea medication we put on him today. He doesn't really do the whole, like, thing that some cats do where they just, like, get right up in your face. Sometimes he does, but not very often. So we don't get a lot of opportunity to smell his breath, fortunately.
We're too late. This photograph has been stabbed.
Why? By what?
Not sure. Some kind of metal stabbing thingy.
Uh-huh. Metal stabbing thingy. A sleek but sturdy metal rod. It has been stabbed into a photograph. The rod has a curved and pointed tip like an arrow or the hand of a clock. There's a small loop at the back with a short length of red rope connected to it. The metal is perfectly clean and polished. Well, that's suspicious as heck. Because that red rope matches the rope attached to the real thingy. But the fact that it's perfectly clean and polished...
So what's the photo?
So it fell, I'm thinking. Whatever cracked the gramophone and all the other things caused that rope to snap as well. And it fell through the crack in the attic floor onto Freya. But the fact that it has been removed and cleaned and polished is suspicious. Oh. Damaged photo. It's been framed but is slightly damp. The photograph shows a young girl. A large man is sitting next to her. Around them are several red and white birds. A metal object was stabbed into the photo, leaving a hole near the man's chest. Okay, so that's clearly Flora. This must be like her dad or something. And I think this guy matches one of Felix's wooden carvings. Let me take a look at those. That one, yeah. Yep, because look at that thing across his chest.
Do you know who it is in the photo?
A single book on a little makeshift table.
This is creeping me out slightly.
Why?
I think it's a children's book.
Mistids of the Sea and Sky. A children's picture book. It looks very old. The ink dip, an elegant bird with red and white plumage. The silver snake, an aquatic reptile with no eyes and a long tongue. The Soul Bearer, a crab with 3 differently sized claws. Ah. The Amphobe, a frog-like creature walking on 2 legs. Also known as Boggy. Okay, alright. So, the Soul Bearer was mentioned. Right. Soul Bearer works. Impressive little thing. I have 2 now, need 2 more. Ah, that's the crab thingy, because it has 3. 3 claws. 3 crabbity claws. Yep. Yep. Okay. So what did I say again? So I have 2 now, need 2 more. Find my way into the middle, surprisingly simple compared to the harp. I saw them, all 5, eyes blacked out. Okay. Strange.
This room looks old.
It makes the rest of the house seem real. A single book.
This is...
Why?
I think it's a children's book.
Did you notice how much light this room has? For a room with 1 candle?
It's all coming through the window.
I'm pretty sure lakes are supposed to be darker at the bottom, not lighter.
Why is there a room down here anyway? And why is it so much older than the rest of Tangle Tower?
We still don't really know why people came to live here in the first place.
Maybe they just wanted to get rich, like Pointer with his beetles.
I feel like the Remingtons came here for the lake, for what was in it.
It's empty, though. More empty than a normal lake would be.
It is now, yeah. Maybe we're too late.
Possibly, the Remingtons. Well, we did see that in the previous game, we learned that a Remington was a big fan of cryptid hunting, so it's possible that was a family tradition of sorts.
This man in the photo, he reminds me of something from one of our clues.
Felix made a little model of him for Flora.
Yeah, it makes sense when you know who he is. Lord Remington.
Remington. That makes him Flora's father, meaning the girl in the photo is...
Yeah, it's her. See the bird, too.
I never would have guessed. Times sure do change.
I don't know. I don't think she looks so different.
Let's head back up to the Grand Hall. I want to find that last room.
Me too. Oh. He's dark.
Wow, it's dark all of a sudden.
How long were we down there?
Let's look for a way into the study. It's somewhere in the middle of the house.
The room was marked on the building plans we found.
Right.
The family tree. I can just about still make it out.
Yeah. Remington. Flora Remington. Right, okay. So yeah, Richard and Primrose were her siblings. Richard was the guy from the previous game, who is dead now. Primrose, we don't know what happened to her. And several characters have said that we don't know what happened to her. She went away. Also, I just noticed those 4 animals are on this family tree. There's the soul bearer, there's the silver snake, there's the amphobe, and there's the ink dip. There's also another little beetle here. A little beetle here, and then a butterfly. That's my march. Okay. He was investigating my, my chapstick. Okay. You gonna sit on my armrest? Okay, no, you're gonna go lie on the floor. Alright. Have fun.
Let's look for
The room is marked on the building plans we found.
This must be it. This thing goes all the way up.
How are we supposed to get up there?
Hang on. It's pitch black, but I think there's a switch.
Cool.
A ladder.
Want to go up?
Yeah, right. The Hidden Heart. A secret! Ooh. Oh man. Look at all this stuff.
There's water coming through the ceiling.
I think we're underneath the rooftop garden.
Hooks. Big hooks. Those aren't bird cages.
Some of them are disconcertingly large.
At least they're all empty.
You sure that's a good thing? Is that a crab?
It's got a translucent exoskeleton. You can actually see its insides.
Also, crabs normally have 2 claws, right? Not 3?
Crab.
You sure we should be touching it?
Grimoire, don't you think it looks familiar?
I sure do. The limbs of the creature can be rotated and the claws can be opened or closed. Click, click, click. Good. I don't think we have... Wait. No, go this way. Actually, wait. Go. Go that way. There. I wanted to make it dab.
This crab really reminds me of something.
That little wooden toy we found?
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to help us. I think I've seen it more recently.
Yeah.
Some kind of fish and a bird skull, I guess?
If that's a bird skull, we're talking about a 15-foot bird here.
Well, how about we stop talking about it?
A staircase up to a little mezzanine.
Whoever designed this room really wanted to make the most of a relatively small space. They called this room a study?
What would you call it?
The secret death chamber of doom.
Excellent. That's what I'm calling my bedroom from now on.
That's a bookcase. It's mostly empty.
What a surprise. Those aren't...
Some of them
At least they're all
You
empty.
sure that's a good thing? Who are all the people in this photo?
Not sure, but it looks like someone didn't like them very much. Their eyes have all been crossed out.
Ah, I saw them, all 5. Eyes blacked out. Okay. A photograph in a sturdy wooden frame. It's dusty and looks several years old. A brass plaque at the base of the frame reads, "The Ambassadors of Misted Mansion." The photo shows 2 women and 3 men wearing a variety of different styles of clothing. All 5 people have had their faces crudely covered with black ink. Okay. So... So I believe that is Richard Remington right there. That woman bears a distinct resemblance to Poppy, and I'm guessing that might be Primrose. That woman looks like Fiona. That guy might be Felix, or no, probably not actually Felix, but like, I don't think that's Flora's dad. I don't think that's Lord Remington. And who's this guy? He has a remarkably familiar scar. That looks like the one on Hawkshaw's face. We were talking about a while back. We were suggesting that Hawkshaw might actually be related to to one or more of the families in some way, but we have no evidence for that. Curious.
That photo is important. I'm sure of it.
I wish I could have a look at the family tree whenever I want. It's not actually part of my clues. It's just I gotta go back into the Grand Hall to look at it.
You know, in any normal room, this thing would be my main concern. In here, though, it barely makes the top 3. It's a wooden pinboard, hung up on one of the chains.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
No. No. Okay, alright. A large central sheet of paper has been pinned to it. 4 lines have been drawn from a gap in the center. 4? A smaller sheet underneath features a drawing resembling the silhouette of a cloaked figure. I only see 3 lines. But that certainly looks familiar, and so do these.
A wooden stool.
Nice chair.
It's still warm.
Maybe it's just heat from the incinerator.
Maybe.
Do those look like scratch marks to you? On the glass?
Yeah, they're on the inside.
Oh. Wow. Huh.
Do those look like...
Yeah, they're on the inside. That's how we got in. It leads down into the Great Hall.
Doesn't look like there's any other way to get in or out. Watch out. Floor's wet.
Thanks. Centipede? Millipede? How many legs has it got?
Too many.
Count.
Crumpled up paper.
Is there anything written on any of it?
Not really. It's mostly blank.
An axe and some kind of hunting rifle, mounted on the wall.
Honestly, doesn't look like they've been moved in a few years.
I'm more worried about the third one.
The third one?
The one that isn't there.
An anchor?
An incinerator built into the wall. It's still pretty hot.
Is there anything left inside?
It's mostly ashes. But yeah, there's something.
Ooh. Burnt items. Not much more than a pile of dust and ash. Among the ashes are several black buttons. Red-colored scraps of fabric are still visible. Also a feather. A very important feather, probably.
Coffee table, half-empty wine bottle, lamp left on. I'm gonna say someone's been using this room.
Someone complacent enough to leave their notebook lying around.
Several pages have been ripped out, but a few remain. 5th ambassador located, finally. Can't say I harbored any optimism, but still somehow disappointed. No better than the rest of them. Took my misted friend into the music room for experiments. It works, perhaps too well. The laboratory was another disappointment. All that effort for what? He's even more short-sighted than I could have guessed. Went to the bottom. Nice view. It's been mostly cleaned out, but I have what I need. She got in. She was careful. Nothing was moved. but I know. It's time. Huh. Okay. So I think this is the... Yeah. That might be the golden beetle with the loud hiss and the loud noise that broke the stuff in the music room.
Someone's been using this room. Dragon?
Snake?
Worm?
That's the one. Nice rug.
It's a wooden pinboard, hung up.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
That's how we got in.
Doesn't look like there's any other way to get in.
I don't get it. This room is in the original building plans for the mansion. But nowadays, it's some big secret?
It's not a secret to everybody. At least one other person still knows about this room.
The way the notebook was left out on the table makes me think it's someone who has the room all to themselves.
Whoever it was, they left more than just the notebook. There's a whole design project on this pinboard. Feels like someone put quite a bit of effort into it.
It's a shame there are things missing from it. I'm betting it'd make more sense if we could see it all together.
That might not be impossible, you know.
It's a secret to everybody. Okay. So that goes there. This... Ah!
Painting from Freya's room and those sketches. Did Freya design Detective Hawkshaw's clothes? What kind of sense does that make?
I don't think that's why Freya made that painting, but it may have been why somebody took a photo of it to use as reference. And as for those sketches of Hawkshaw, I don't think Freya actually drew them. It was somebody else, someone with less of a talent for art.
Doesn't exactly narrow it down.
Yeah.
Should we go ask Detective Hawkshaw about all this?
I'm not sure. I still don't know what's really going on.
Yeah. Hawkshaw might be a robot. Or a construct of some sort.
Another photograph.
Their faces are all crossed out with some kind of black ink.
That's weird.
Oh, you think so?
No, I mean, something I just realized. Sally, did we meet any of these people here at Tangle Tower?
Well, the woman on the left looks a little like Poppy, but her style is way different. And at first I thought the guy on the top right was Felix, but now that I look at it, I don't think it is him.
Yeah. Looks like him, but I agree. I don't think that's him either. Can we go down?
The family tree. I can just about still...
Okay, so I think Richard and Primrose are in those, are in that photo. Oh, if it's not Felix, it might be Flint. That might be Flint fellow. Let's see. Who else could there be? Actually, that might not be a Fiona relative. It might be a Penelope relative. That might be Pandora. Yeah, actually, now that I look at her, that might be Pandora. That might be Penelope's mother. Still don't know who that guy is, though.
The family can just...
Yeah, we're basically just looking at like members of the family who are unaccounted for. And yeah, I think yeah, Flint, Richard Primrose, Pandora, and then someone else. Actually, wait.
The family tree can just... Primrose Remington. I guess she doesn't live here anymore.
Pandora Pointer. I guess she doesn't live here anymore.
Flint Fellow. I guess he doesn't live here anymore.
Okay. So, where now?
Let's not wander off right now.
No?
Let's not wander off. Let's not...
I guess I'm not done the study yet. Oh, right.
Is that a crab?
It's got a translucent...
Also, crabs normally have...
Because I haven't done this yet. Well, how the heck... I have no idea what... I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with this.
This crab really reminds...
That little wooden...
Yeah, but I think I've seen it more recently.
No, not that. Let's see. Okay, so like this. Okay, so just kind of like, and then the third one is just up a little bit and closed.
Is that a crab?
It's got
also crab. Perfect.
There we go. Yeah. Oh, it's not an anchor, it's a crossbow.
What's this?
Something somebody didn't want us to find.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay, now it's starting to make more sense.
What is it?
Was someone trying to hide it? From us?
I don't know, but it looks incomplete to me. I want to know what happened to the rest of it. Where are the other parts?
We found them already.
Oh. Oh, that little telescope thingy is a scope for this crossbow. Uh-huh. Clever. Alright. So that is gonna be this thing, I believe. Yep. This is that. And then this is this. Hawkshaw.
What do you make of it?
Not sure. Let's keep an open mind.
You don't think the crossbow is the murder weapon?
Oh no, the crossbow is definitely the murder weapon. But that doesn't mean we've solved the mystery.
Is Hawkshaw an assassin? Did Professor Pointer hire her to get rid of Freya? Robot assassin. Absolutely, you can smooch her anyway. As long as you leave some smooches for me.
Time to solve this.
All right, break out the notebook. Time to put it all together.
Oh boy.
Let's start with this. It's an arrow for the crossbow, and it matches Freya's wound. It's the murder weapon. I'm sure of it.
Despite the fact it doesn't have any blood on it, and it wasn't found anywhere near the crime scene.
Mm-hmm. It was cleaned, then it was hidden. I don't think anybody expected us to get down to that room at the bottom of the lake.
Okay, so Freya was shot by a crossbow. Where was it fired from?
It was fired from above Freya.
Above, huh?
Yeah, our diagram doesn't show everything. Let's add in the rest of the crime scene.
The attic.
Perfect hiding place. We even found a part of the murder weapon up there. The reel was used to pull the arrow back up through the crack in the floorboards.
Explains why we never found a weapon at the crime scene, I guess.
The murderer must have dropped the reel in the attic. I'm guessing they were in a hurry to escape.
Wait. The arrow was fired through the crack in the floorboards?
Yeah, it's directly above where Freya was found lying on her back.
Nope. Doesn't add up. It would have missed her if she was still standing up by the painting.
Ah, right.
Unless... Freya was already lying on her back before the arrow was fired.
I think so too. She'd fallen unconscious.
Something in the room caused Freya to fall unconscious.
The gramophone.
Right.
But the gramophone by itself can't do that.
There is something in the gramophone.
Mm-hmm. Something small.
Yeah.
Pointer's research says it can emit an incredibly loud hiss when it feels threatened. Poppy and Fitz both said they heard a loud noise around the time of the murder. Neither of them had any idea what it was.
This seems a little far-fetched. Is it really loud enough to knock someone out?
No, I don't think so, not by itself. But don't forget, it was being amplified by the shape of the gramophone.
Yeah.
I don't think we're purely talking about volume either. It might just be a particular type of frequency.
This is getting kinda scientific. Since when do you know anything about the effects of weaponized audio frequency?
I don't. but I think someone else does. Do you remember that statue we found in the music room? The horn it's playing. It's a pretty similar shape to the one on the gramophone. That broken glass isn't there on accident. This is someone's science experiment.
Thinking about it, Pointer said he saw Flora was knocked out too. I guess they were both in range of the noise, although Pointer might have been lying.
Personally, I think he was telling the truth about that. It's pretty clear a powerful frequency did pass through Flora's tower. Caused quite a bit of damage too.
What was affected by a powerful frequency? Yeah.
Those cracks didn't appear out of nowhere. Freya's paints, the pink cassette tape, and the gramophone itself, they all sustained similar damage while they were in that room.
That's some seriously powerful vibration. Enough to crack metal. Enough to knock someone out all the way across a room.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't get. If the frequency was so powerful and had such a big range, how did the murderer pull it off? Wouldn't they have been in range too? Think about it. They can't have been much further away from the gramophone than Flora was.
They protected themselves.
How?
These are some pretty heavy-duty earmuffs. I think they'd be enough to block out the sound.
Right. Let's go over everything from the start. 1. Freya is painting Flora's portrait. They're listening to music on the gramophone.
2. The murderer is hiding in the attic, wearing earmuffs.
3. The golden beetle starts to emit its hissing noise.
Hold on. How did it know?
The beetle?
Yeah, what triggered it at that particular moment? Pointer's research said it makes the noise when it feels threatened.
I'm not sure. Maybe something in the music?
Maybe.
4. Freya and Flora are both knocked unconscious by the vibrations. Freya lands on her back. She drops the brush and palette by her side.
5. The murderer fires the crossbow directly downwards.
6. The arrow is pulled back up on the reel.
7. The murderer leaves the attic, presumably.
8. The door is kicked down. Fitz and Poppy enter the room.
That's it. There's something bothering me.
What?
I just want to check something. Let's go back to the crime scene.
Sure, why not? Where's Flora?
The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
There are 2 plants. But there's only one here.
The plant. It's in the book.
What?
Look.
Yeah. Tantum amica.
I can see the stars. Freya, did you leave us a clue?
So what's bothering you?
Something that's not here. The thing we didn't find. We know she was holding it during the painting.
Flora's ink dip feather?
It was here, in this room. Where'd it go?
We found it somewhere else.
We found it in the incinerator.
We were a little too late to save it.
So it was stolen from the crime scene, and ended up in the incinerator down in the study.
Someone wanted to destroy it, I guess.
But how? How was it stolen from up here in Flora's tower?
Presumably, Flora dropped it when she fell unconscious.
Yeah, and then what? The murderer couldn't have stolen it if they were up in the attic.
So the question is, how could they steal something from a room they weren't able to access? The final clue about the crime scene. Freya left it for us right here. It's in the unfinished painting. It's not quite a photo, but still, it's an image of the crime scene recorded just before the murder. If only she'd finished it, and then I could be totally sure.
It's true she never finished it, but she did intend to finish it.
Meaning?
We know more about the painting than what Freya actually got down on the canvas.
How did Freya show us her intentions for the painting?
That's not it.
Oh.
Freya prepared all the colors she was going to need before she started painting.
Let's see.
The black paint was going to be used to paint this sketch of something sitting in the window. Almost. Maybe just change one thing. Brown and gray paint was going to be used to paint this sketch of something sitting in the window. Almost. Maybe just...
Oh, the yellow paint hasn't been used.
The yellow
There we
paint was going to be used to paint this sketch of something sitting in the window.
Something in the window. Oh.
That's not it. That's not it.
Wait, hold on a second. Something sitting in the window. How is it not? Oops. Hey, Grit Star! Something yellow in the window of Flora's tower. do I have that's yellow? Oh. Ah. I see.
There she is. Our little thief.
How long has it been there? Did it hear the whole conversation?
She did, but she's a very good listener.
Hawkshaw out of nowhere.
Well now, I think this has quite served its purpose, don't you?
Penny, why did you...
It's Penelope, if you don't mind. But before we begin, isn't there a certain formality demanding our attention?
Something sturdy to tie her hands with. The real thingy isn't very sturdy.
Lovely. Now, tell me, what was it that drove you this far? I'm ever so curious.
I just need to know the truth.
Is that right? Interesting.
Why did you do it, Penny? What did Freya do to you?
Hey,
Absolutely nothing.
Penelope.
So, what? You just hated her indiscriminately?
Freya Fellow was an inspiration to us all. She was possessed of a great energy, the volition to create something from nothing, the willpower to walk beyond her boundaries. She was truly free. Everything I couldn't be.
You know what? I just realized I actually have no idea who Penelope Pointer really is.
Weird, isn't it? Considering we've met her, what is it, 3 times now?
Exactly. How do we know this one isn't a disguise too?
You think you've already hollowed us out, don't you? Only a few short hours at Tangle Tower, and you feel like you've got everyone sussed. Unearthed every single one of our secrets. Nothing but bullet points for your notebook. Go on, indulge me. What does it say in your notes about Penelope Pointer? Suppose I can't argue with that, can I?
Penny, we only know what you choose to tell us, so why not help us out?
Very well. Penelope Pointer is actually not very important at all. She pales in comparison to those who came before her and to those that came after. Living at Tangle Tower, it is very difficult to attain the levels of self-realization you probably take for granted.
You sure this is a Tangle Tower thing and not a you thing?
Perhaps you didn't notice. Not one of them is happy, not one.
So why stay? Why not just leave?
I thought she did leave. Penny, you said you traveled, didn't you?
I did. Many times I've walked away. It did not help me. You saw the family tree hanging in the grand hall, did you not?
Many times.
It lists a bunch of people who don't live here anymore.
A bunch of people who don't live here anymore. I couldn't have put it better myself. My mother, for one. My father, too. The other 2 Remingtons. Poppy's mother, Primrose. And her brother, Richard.
And Fitz's father.
That's 5. 5 people that might have lived here, but don't.
And that was the first question I wanted answered.
You wanted to know where they'd all gone?
More than that, I wanted to know if I belonged with them. I have no place here. Not among the Fellows, the Remingtons, or the Pointers. But I felt there must be a reason why everyone else left. Some common purpose they all shared. Perhaps it could be my purpose too.
So, what did you actually do about it?
Nothing I could do, at first. Nobody would tell me anything. The more questions I asked, the fewer answers I got. Then, I found it. I was 19. Same age Freya is now.
Found what?
Kind of is.
The study. The one hidden in the middle of the house. It's right next to her bedroom.
I'd hear voices at night. Deep ones. And the strangest thing, the wall behind my bed would get incredibly hot. For hours on end. The paint would peel. Wallpaper wouldn't stay up. I thought I was cursed. I thought it was something trying to break through. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. I found my way in the same way you did. Once you know it's there, it's simple.
So, you got into the study and found the incinerator. That must have been a relief, right?
It was still warm when I found it. Then, I looked inside.
Ooh.
Let's see how thorough you've been. Tell me, do you know what a misted is?
Misted?
Mistids? Sure, yeah.
You're more observant than I thought.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
It's a collective term from before my time. Birds, insects, amphibians, anything living off the lake water. The mutation can take several generations, or it can happen overnight.
Wait, mistids, like cryptids, like Bigfoot or whatever.
A little egregious, isn't it? I suspect that was an intentional parallel. The main difference being mistids are perfectly real. They're just kept secret. Or at least, that was the original plan. As it happened, some got out. Quite a few got out.
How do you know all this?
When I entered the study at 19, I found a single object that rather changed my life. Something which answered my questions while at once creating all new ones.
I like how, if you look at her design now, she's all angles and like straight lines and corners and points. And if you looked at her design previously, when she was in her other, her penny pointer persona, she was all like flowing lines and curves. That's a cool little design detail. Something Penny found in the study that answers her questions. What did we find in the study? That one?
The 5 missing family members standing together as a single unit, calling themselves the ambassadors of Misted Mansion.
So, the house was renamed from Misted Mansion to Tangle Tower?
And rightly so. The age of Misted Mansion is long past. When I looked inside the incinerator on my first visit to the study, I found nothing but ash. The afterimage of a bygone era denied to me in its entirety. The study, the room at the bottom of the lake itself, all empty shells. I felt my only hope lay with the ambassadors. If I could find them, maybe they'd share the family history that Flora and the others were trying so hard to forget.
How did you track them down?
It was tough. They'd taken almost everything. Books, maps, charts, the creatures themselves, all lost, taken away or destroyed. But I got lucky. I got a lead. I found one, and he led me to the rest.
And? What happened? Why'd you paint out all their faces?
They didn't help you either, did they?
19-year-old me had imagined they'd all left with a mission, a unified purpose, but they hadn't. They were, in fact, every bit as fractured as the people that still live here. Most of them had left tracking escaped mystics. Some claimed to be researchers, others little more than hunters. All 5 completely useless to me.
Even your own parents?
Eventually, I returned to Tangle Tower. I had nowhere else to go. I considered giving up. But instead, I made a decision. There was only one person at Tangle Tower still of interest to me. My dear Uncle Pointer had suddenly made a show of taking up astronomy. A fairly superficial charade. I don't think many people were fooled by it. But I knew it wasn't just a falsehood. It was a mask. Pointer had found something from the era of Misted Mansion.
So where did he get the beetle?
I cannot be sure, but I theorize that he received it in the post.
In the post? From who?
Who can say? Someone outside Tangle Tower. But the thought that he would be in contact with such a person, all that time, I decided to take what was owed to me.
So you stole it.
Stealing the beetle turned out to be only the first step. Upon realizing it was gone, Pointer made little effort to disguise his frustration. I asked what was bothering him. He foresaw no risk in sharing a little of the truth with his niece. He told me he'd lost a rare treasure, something he'd been keeping safe. I suggested, innocently, that perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it had been stolen. He was very ready to believe he'd been the victim of theft. When I offered to call in a private detective, he jumped on the idea. She arrived the next day. Hawkshaw prides herself on her punctuality, as you know.
Why, though? Why go through all that? The name, the costume, and everything?
It's somewhat sad to admit, but I had a little use left for Penny Pointer as she was. Hawkshaw afforded me new advantages, opportunities.
But didn't you have to pretend to be working for Professor Pointer?
Well, that was one of the advantages. Pointer was in such a desperate state, he was finally willing to share some of his secrets. On the second day, Hawkshaw explained she needed to be able to search the secret laboratory. Pointer gave in and gave me the code for the harp statue. Reluctantly, but still.
So, you stole Pointer's research?
I would have done, if I'd found anything worth stealing. But he had made remarkably little progress, barely scratching the surface of the beetle's true mystery.
Which is?
It carries an exoskeleton approximately 90% identical to gold. But it's not the 90% I'm interested in.
Oh.
Did you ever question what exactly makes the water here so unique? Before Misted Mansion was built over the lake, before the lake was even a lake, Lord Remington and his wife built a small structure here, a research station, supposedly. Fast forward 2 or 3 generations, and as you saw for yourself, it's been mostly cleared out.
The ambassadors took everything when they left.
And everything they didn't take was burned in the incinerator. However, possessing additional insight, I found something the others had missed. It's not much, but I have what I need.
So, why isn't this the end of the story? Why did you stay? Why did you kill Freya?
The Will of Freya Fellow. I want to, I don't think I have an opportunity to do this, but I want to go back over the story, everyone's statements regarding the crime scene, because there was a point at which, Pointer and Penny passed through the same room where Hawkshaw was, but I think, I think the idea is that like Penny asked Hawkshaw where Pointer had gone, and no one else was in the room at the time. So that was just like a fabrication, like, oh, Hawkshaw was just kind of, and it was very convenient that Hawkshaw was not in the same room as everyone else. Hawkshaw was off on her own while everyone else was racing to the crime scene. Because yeah, that means Penny was able to be there with everybody else while Hawkshaw was elsewhere. And I'm trying to think of like any other instances where, yeah, Hawkshaw hasn't really been. We've never seen Hawkshaw interact with anybody else. But I mean, that's the whole point. she's not there to interact with people. She's there to do her own thing. Okay. Oh, you gotta run? Well, it will be on the VOD, of course.
Simply put, Freya was too good for me. It's my fault. I pushed her over the edge, unknowingly, but still, I take the blame.
What are you talking about?
Did you know I based the design for Hawkshaw on something Freya painted? That's right. I had assumed it was purely abstract. I just thought it had a good energy. I later discovered it was a figure of some kind, something from Freya's recurring nightmare. For all her vitality, I think Freya was probably the most troubled of all of us. She was desperate to leave Tangle Tower, but she couldn't just walk away. For quite some time, she'd been trying to break into Pointer's laboratory. Freya and her friends were halfway through deciphering those symbols on the harp statue, I believe.
Why did she care about getting into Pointer's lab?
That's exactly what I wondered. At first, I thought perhaps she just wanted to free the beetles. She has a fondness for them. What Pointer was doing upset her significantly. But in fact, I think it was something else. I think she wanted to free Fiona. The real reason Freya was unable to leave Tangle Tower is that she could not get Fiona to agree to come with her. We're now firmly in the realm of speculation, but I think Freya felt that exposing the darker secrets of Tangle Tower, not just to the rest of the family, but to the world, would compromise all three families, and perhaps, somehow, free Fiona from the shackles of her inheritance. That was her plan anyway, but something happened. Before Freya could find her way into Pointer's laboratory.
She found her way into your study, found your notes, found that photograph. I'm willing to bet she put it all together quicker than we did.
So she worked out what had happened to the 5 ambassadors. Specifically, what you'd done to them when they refused to help you.
Freya had made a promise to paint Flora as a birthday gift, a parting gift no less. She'd be in a locked room, several hours away from her friends. It was my best chance.
But why hide in the attic? And why bother with the beetle at all?
The beetle in the gramophone wasn't for Freya. It was for Flora. She didn't deserve to be involved. She suffered enough. I couldn't get Flora out of her room, but if she could be unconscious, then she wouldn't have to witness anything.
Why the knife? The illusion of the painted knife with the blood.
That was for Fiona. And Poppy too, I suppose. Gave them something to focus on.
You mean it distracted them while you made your escape?
It helped them cope. The very idea of something abstract, something supernatural, I believe it made things marginally less painful for them, initially. Worked on you, too.
So why are you still here? Why not take your first chance and leave?
Ah, well, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get my beetle back. I'd really rather not leave without it.
Wait, it's still here?
It's still inside the gramophone.
Oh. Well. Hey, my boat.
What's going on?
Poppy, they are both awake.
I can see.
You two all right?
My head hurts. What happened to us?
You were both unconscious. 14 minutes by my count.
Really?
You're both fine. No injuries.
Was it the beetle? In the gramophone? I heard it through the ceiling in my room.
The exact same sound we heard before the murder.
I guess it must have been.
So how did we get down here? What happened to Penny?
Fitz saved both of you, obviously.
When I reached Flora's tower, you were both unconscious, and Penny was crouched down beside you. She had her crossbow on her, but who knows? She may have just been checking you were both asleep.
Did you know that she was the murderer?
Poppy and Fifi suspected her. Apparently, they were pretty close to solving it themselves.
Fitz did not want to believe us, because he liked Penny. A lot.
But what happened? Fitz, what did she do when she saw you?
She jumped out the window.
What? Did she survive?
She did.
I heard something land in the garden outside my room, but by the time I got out there to check, she was already gone.
Hang on. Poppy, why do you have Penny's hat bird?
She left him behind. I found him sitting on the floor in the aviary, all by himself. Poor little thing. The mean lady didn't care about you at all, did she? No, she didn't.
I apologize. Poppy seems to be under the illusion that the bird can understand human language.
So it is a bird.
So, Penny got away.
I'm afraid she did.
It is a living
We had
bird.
suspected she might try to escape. I was stationed here by the lake's edge. I proved to be an ineffective guard. She took the boat.
Did she take the beetle with her?
Nope,
How do you know?
because it's right here.
It was still in the gramophone. I guess I scared her off before she had a chance to take it.
Poppy, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give it back to your father?
No, I'm not. It doesn't belong to anyone. So, I'm going to put it on the ground and never bother it again. I think that's what she would have wanted.
Your beetle friend. Aww. Beetle. Woo! Oh, Tara Camacho. She's been in some, Wedge Eye games. I forget exactly what or who. Have to look that up. There it goes. Bimbling along. Beetling along. Oh wow, look at that. Like, exactly 2 hours. That's awesome. So rare that my streams end up so neatly, like, wrapped up in, like, exactly the time that I have laid out. Although there's probably, like, more stuff after the credits, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Untangled Tower? I guess not. Oh, art gallery. Yes. Check it out, check it out, check it out. Oh gosh. Grimoire is tricky to get right, as it needs to be a flexible mix of silly and heroic, lighthearted and dramatic. He has a somewhat pretentious manner, projecting the persona of someone more experienced than he actually is. Importantly, he can be totally sincere when he wants to be. Very pointy. One of the challenges of Grimoire's design is his color palette: brown, brown, and brown. He doesn't need to be a super colorful character. In fact, it's important to have contrast between the different characters. Still, look closely and you'll notice he is actually comprised of various pinks masquerading as browns. Also red. Big ol' redhead. Detective Grimoire was probably one of the more difficult characters to develop, as there was already a strong identity that existed in the previous games. I felt like he still needed to be the friendly, approachable gumshoe, so I tried to stick to round, gentle shapes while still exaggerating his features. I wanted to work towards an iconic silhouette. Yeah, this is more like what it looked like in the second game, I think. Big hair. I wanted to really make sure I had a good grasp of how Grimoire would look from different angles before I tackled his animation. He's got a bit of a penchant for performance and overwrought gestures, and I think a lot of his personality comes out in his movements. That said, I never want to draw his bouncing hair again. Okay, I probably don't want to go through all of this because I'm already at my time limit. Right, let's kind of skim through this real quick. Who is that in the bottom right corner? The little girl, who we didn't see at all in this game. Ah, here we go. These are from the previous one. I was wondering if the little girl was going to show up in this game. I'm kind of glad she didn't, because she was sort of Deus Ex Machina, like, hi, I'm here to give you a clue for no reason. Okay, well, I'll probably look at this more myself in a bit, but I think I'll probably do that off stream. But yeah, this game was really good. I liked it a lot. I really enjoyed seeing how the series progressed from the first game to the second game to the third game, even though we played them out of order, but you know, it's okay. Sometimes it's nice to do that, like start in the middle and then look at the roots of the series and then move forward to the more modern interpretation. Oh, streaky kitty. Yeah, so this was really cool, and just lots of just layers and layers of stuff and mystery, and just cool how the series how the games get more and more complex as they progress. Yeah, I'm glad that there are multiple games in this series, and I kind of hope they keep making them. I guess there is kind of a plot hook for another one, because Penny has disappeared. Let me actually check her. Oh gosh, work. Okay. Oops. Wait. Complex character. Yep. Giant bird gloves. I thought they were sleeves. Oh, I like that. Flabbida, flabbida, flabbida. Weird wing arm sleeve things. Oh, that's great. Shaw. All sharp angles and clean lines. Yep. She's like Batman. Oh, look at that. That's super cute. Too evil. Needs to look stern. And proud. Snap. Yep, long buttoned up neck. Like a villain from a 90s cartoon, yeah. Like Batman. Very cool. And then I want to look at Poppy. Our goth girlfriend. Little snake-like nose. Single ear poking out. It does add something to her, doesn't it? Mopey, badly postured, very purple. So much eyeshadow. Ooh. That's cool. Hair was great fun to animate, but also took absolutely ages. God, what about Flora then? Oh, cool. Yay! Oh, that makes me happy. Some actual video of the piano player who plays your theme for that particular animation. That's very satisfying to me, because it's a pet peeve of mine when characters play an instrument, particularly the piano, because I used to play the piano myself, and it's painfully obvious that they're not hitting the same notes that are actually playing. So I love it when animations or games cover that detail. Oops. I want to see... I said I wasn't going to look through all of these, and now I'm looking through all of them, but I need to just... gotta cut it short. Yes, her hair flowing in the wind. Yeah, that one. Oh, it's so cool. Please go and talk to her as much as possible so you can see it again and again. Yes, please. Oh god, there's so many of these. Okay, I'm not gonna look at these all now. I gotta stop streaming, and I will find someone to raid. Oh hey! Kilgore Trout's playing Portal, and I believe it's like a Portal anniversary today, isn't it? So I'll send you over there, because Portal's always fun. So thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed Tangle Tower. I really did. And, ooh, and I'll have to think of what to play next week. So I'll probably work up another straw poll and link that at some point. Hopefully remember to link it repeatedly. And, yeah, we'll figure out what to play next week soon. And tomorrow is a Reciteer Day, since I did not do Reciteer last week. And, yeah, that's about it from me. This was great. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Good night.